For 3 seconds, nobody moved. The white wedding hall went silent. Forks stopped in the air. Champagne glasses stayed near open mouths. The string band missed a note, then stopped completely. At the center aisle, 5-year-old Noah stood with wet eyes and a shaking finger pointed at the bride. The bride, Vanessa Cross, wore a $30,000 white gown. Diamonds covered her neck. Her smile had been perfect all morning, but now that smile broke. "Noah," his mother whispered. Maria Bell, the maid, rushed toward him. Her black uniform looked wrong in a room full of silk dresses and dark suits. She bent down and grabbed her son's small shoulders. "Baby, stop. Please stop." But Noah did not look at her. He looked at the bride. "She's not nice," he cried. "She's lying. She said she was going to take everything." A loud gasp moved through the room. Vanessa's face turned red. "You little brat," she hissed under her breath. But the microphone near the altar caught it. Everyone heard. The billionaire groom, Adrian Vale, slowly turned his head. He was 42 years old, owner of Vale Hotels, and one of the richest men in the city. He had spent 12 years building his name. He had faced angry investors, courtrooms, and public scandals. But he had never looked this pale. "No," Adrian said carefully. "What did you just say?" Maria's hands tightened around her son. "Sir, I am sorry," she said. "He is just a child. He does not understand." Noah pulled away. "I do understand," he shouted. "I saw her. I heard her. She is a fraud, not a bride." Guests started whispering. "Fraud? What is he talking about? Is that the maid's child?" Vanessa lifted her chin. "Adrian," she said, forcing a laugh, "this is disgusting. Your maid has brought her unstable child to our wedding, and now he is ruining everything." Maria lowered her eyes. "I am sorry, sir." But Adrian did not answer Vanessa. His eyes were fixed on Noah's hand. The boy was holding a small silver button. Adrian knew that button. He had seen it once before, 7 years ago, on the coat of a woman who had saved his life in a burning hotel kitchen. His breath stopped. "Noah," he said, his voice rough. "Where did you get that?" Noah opened his tiny hand. "From her room," he said. The bride dropped it when she was hiding the papers. Vanessa stepped back, and that was the moment everyone knew. This wedding was no longer a wedding. It was a trial. Maria Bell had worked in Adrian Vale's mansion for 11 months. She was 28 years old, quiet, careful, and always early. Every morning at 5:40, she arrived through the back gate with Noah holding her hand and a blue toy car in his pocket. The toy car was old. Its paint was scratched. One wheel did not turn right, but Noah carried it everywhere. "My lucky car," he always said. Maria never corrected him. The car had belonged to his father, or at least that was what Maria told him when he asked too many questions. The truth was harder. 7 years ago, Maria had worked in the kitchen of one of Adrian's hotels. She was not a maid then. She was a waitress on the night shift. One rainy night, a fire broke out near the service elevator. Smoke filled the back hallway. People screamed. Adrian Vale, who had come to inspect the hotel, got trapped behind a storage door. Maria heard him coughing. She did not know he was the owner. She only knew someone was dying. She wrapped her coat around her face and pulled him out. The coat had silver buttons. One button fell off that night. Adrian was taken to the hospital. Maria disappeared before reporters arrived. She was young, scared, and already pregnant. She did not want cameras. She did not want questions. She did not want her baby connected to a rich man's world. So she left. Years later, when she applied for a maid job at Adrian's mansion, he did not recognize her. Her hair was shorter. Her face was thinner. Life had taken softness from her. Maria told herself it was better that way. She only needed steady work. Noah needed food, school shoes, and a safe place to sleep while she worked. Adrian was kind to staff. He allowed Maria to bring Noah on long shifts as long as the boy stayed near the kitchen. Noah loved the mansion. He loved the marble floors because his toy car rolled fast on them. He loved the garden because he could chase leaves. He loved Adrian because Adrian never spoke down to him. "Mr. Vale," Noah once asked, "why do you always wear black suits?" Adrian smiled. "Because I am bad at choosing colors." Noah laughed for 5 minutes. Maria watched from the doorway. Her heart hurt. "Have you ever hidden the truth because you thought silence would protect someone?" Maria had. But silence does not stay buried forever. And in Adrian Vale's house, the first crack came when Vanessa Cross moved in with 6 suitcases, 3 assistants, and a smile that never reached her eyes. Vanessa Cross arrived at the mansion 2 months before the wedding. She was beautiful in the way magazines liked. Perfect hair, perfect nails, perfect voice when important people were listening. But when the doors closed, her voice changed. "Maria," she said on her first morning, looking at the breakfast tray, "is this how you serve eggs?" Maria looked down. "I can replace them, Mom." "You should not have to replace them. You should know already." Noah sat at the kitchen table coloring a picture of his blue toy car. Vanessa glanced at him. And why is he here again? Maria stiffened. Mr. Vale gave permission. I didn't ask what Adrian said. I asked why a servant's child is sitting in my kitchen like he belongs here. Noah stopped coloring. Maria took the paper from him gently. Come on, baby. Sit in the pantry room. Vanessa smiled. That is where he should have been from the start. After that day, small cruelties became daily things. Vanessa moved Noah's snacks to a high shelf. She told the guards not to let him near the front garden. She threw away his paper drawings if they were left on the counter. Once, Noah left his blue toy car outside the sitting room. Vanessa picked it up with 2 fingers. This dirty thing again? Noah ran toward her. Please don't throw it. It's mine. Vanessa looked at Maria. Teach him not to leave trash around rich people. Maria swallowed hard. I am sorry. Noah hugged the car to his chest. That night, Maria cried in the laundry room where no one could hear. But Noah heard. He pushed the door open and climbed into her lap. Mommy, why does the bride hate us? Maria wiped her face fast. She does not hate us. She is just busy. No, Noah said. She smiles at Mr. Adrian, then she turns mean. Maria pulled him close. Remember this detail. Children may not understand adult lies, but they notice voices. They notice faces. They notice when kindness is fake. 3 days before the wedding, Vanessa entered the maid's quarters without knocking. Maria stood up quickly. Mom? Vanessa held up an old silver button between her fingers. This was in your drawer. Maria's heart dropped. Give it back. Vanessa's eyes narrowed. So, it matters. Maria reached for it, but Vanessa closed her fist. Interesting, Vanessa said. Very interesting. That was the day Vanessa learned Maria had a secret. And that was the day she decided to use it. The wedding day began at 6 less in the morning. By noon, the Vale mansion had become a palace. White roses covered the stairs. Gold chairs filled the garden hall. 12 security guards stood near the gates. Reporters waited outside because Adrian Vale's wedding was business news, society news, and gossip news all at once. Maria worked from the back entrance. She carried trays. She checked table cards. She fixed a torn ribbon near the flower arch. Her feet hurt before the ceremony even began. Noah stayed in the small staff room with his blue toy car. Mommy, he asked, can I see the cake? Later, Maria said. Only if you stay quiet. I will be quiet. She kissed his forehead. Good boy. But quiet was hard for Noah. At 1:15, he slipped out of the staff room and walked toward the hallway near Vanessa's bridal suite. He only wanted to see the cake table. But then he heard Vanessa's voice behind a half-open door. No, listen to me, Vanessa said. After the wedding, Adrian signs the trust papers. Then the mansion transfer begins. Noah stopped. Another woman answered. It was Vanessa's assistant, Claire. What about the maid? Vanessa laughed. The maid is nothing. Noah pressed his back to the wall. Claire spoke lower. She still has the button. If Adrian ever learns she was the woman from the fire. He won't, Vanessa snapped. I took it. Noah's small eyes widened. The button. Mommy's silver button, Vanessa continued. Maria is poor. Poor women stay quiet when rich women threaten them. After today, she will be fired. Her child, too. Noah's throat tightened. He wanted to run to his mother. Then he saw Vanessa step near the dressing table. Papers were spread across it. One paper had Adrian's name. Another had Maria's name. Vanessa folded them and pushed them into a white envelope. The silver button rolled off the table and landed near the door. Vanessa did not see it. Noah did. He crawled forward, grabbed it, and ran. By 3, guests were seated. At 3:20, Adrian stood at the altar in a black suit. He looked calm, but his fingers tapped against his watch. At 3:30, Vanessa walked down the aisle. Everyone stood. She smiled like a queen. Maria stood near the back wall holding Noah's hand. Noah's fist was closed tight around the silver button. His face was serious. Maria bent down. Baby, what is wrong? Noah whispered. Mommy, the bride stole your button. Maria's body went cold. Before she could answer, Vanessa reached the altar. The priest opened his book, and Noah took one step forward. The priest smiled. We are gathered here today to join Adrian Vale and Vanessa Cross in marriage. Vanessa turned her face toward Adrian. Her eyes were soft now. Her voice was sweet. Adrian, she whispered, I love you. Noah's hand squeezed Maria's fingers. Maria looked down. Noah, stay still, but she is lying. The priest continued. If anyone has reason, this union should not take place. Vanessa's eyes moved to Maria. It was quick. Almost nobody saw it, but Maria did. It was a warning. Vanessa smiled wider and raised her voice. Before we continue, I want to thank everyone who came. This home has already become my home. Adrian's people have become my people. Then she looked toward the staff near the back. Even those who serve us are part of the family. Some guests clapped. Maria lowered her eyes. Noah frowned. She doesn't mean that, he said. A woman in the front row turned around. Vanessa heard him. Her smile stayed, but her jaw tightened. Is there a problem back there? She asked. Maria froze. No, Mom. Vanessa stepped away from the altar. Adrian reached for her hand. Vanessa, leave it. But Vanessa kept walking. The guests watched. She stopped in front of Maria and Noah. This is my wedding, Vanessa said softly. Control your child. Maria nodded. I will. I am sorry. Noah looked up at Vanessa. Give Mommy's button back. The hall went still. Vanessa's eyes flashed. What did you say? You stole it. Maria grabbed Noah. Noah, stop. Vanessa laughed once. This is what happens when staff forget their place. Adrian's face changed. Vanessa. But she was too angry to hear him. She bent closer to Noah. You dirty little boy, she whispered. Do you know what happens to maids who cause problems? They disappear. Noah's eyes filled with tears. Maria stepped forward. Do not speak to my son like that. Vanessa turned on her. Your son? Your son is running around my wedding with lies. You should be on your knees thanking Adrian for letting you eat under his roof. A few guests looked away. Some looked embarrassed. Some looked interested. That is how people are sometimes. They see cruelty, but they wait to see who has power before they decide what is right. Adrian moved down the aisle. Enough. Vanessa pointed at Maria. No, I want her removed. Right now. She planned this. She brought this child here to shame me. I did not, Maria said. Noah shook his head hard. She is lying again. Vanessa reached for his arm. Maria pulled him back. Do not touch him. Vanessa's hand hit Noah's shoulder. It was not hard enough to knock him down, but it was hard enough to scare him. Noah stumbled. His blue toy car fell from his pocket and rolled across the white aisle. The sound was small, but everyone heard it. Noah looked at the car, then at his mother, then at Adrian. His little face changed. He was not scared anymore. He lifted his fist and opened it. The silver button shone in his palm. You're a fraud, not a bride, he screamed. Guests, don't clap for her. She stole Mommy's button. She hid papers. She said she would take everything. The room exploded in whispers. Vanessa stepped back. Maria covered her mouth. Adrian stopped walking. His face went completely white. Adrian did not look at Vanessa first. He looked at the silver button, the same round edge, the same tiny flower carved into the middle, the same missing piece from the coat he had remembered for 7 years. His glass slipped from his hand. It hit the floor and broke near his shoe. Nobody moved. Adrian bent slowly and picked up the blue toy car. Then he looked at Noah. Where did you get this button? Noah sniffed. From the bride's room. Vanessa forced a laugh. Adrian, this is insane. He is 5. Adrian did not blink. Noah, he said, did your mother give this to you? No, the bride dropped it. Maria stepped forward. Sir, please, this is not the time. Adrian turned to her. Maria, he said, and his voice sounded different now. Did you own a gray coat with silver buttons? Maria's face lost color. Vanessa's lips parted. No, Vanessa said quickly. Of course she didn't. Adrian looked at her. I asked Maria. Maria's hands shook. Have you ever had a secret come back at the worst possible moment? Maria had spent years running from one night. Now that night had walked into a wedding hall. Yes, she whispered. Adrian took one step closer. 7 years ago. Vale Grand Hotel. Fire near the service elevator. Maria closed her eyes. A murmur moved through the guests. Adrian's voice broke. It was you, Vanessa snapped. Adrian, stop. You are being manipulated. He did not look away from Maria. You pulled me out. Maria shook her head. I only did what anyone should do. No, Adrian said. Everyone else ran. His hand tightened around the button. Vanessa's assistant, Claire, stood near the side door. Her face was pale. She slowly moved backward. Noah pointed at her. She was with the bride too. All eyes turned. Claire froze. Adrian's voice became cold. Security, close every exit. 2 guards moved at once. The garden doors shut. Vanessa lifted her chin, but her hands trembled. Adrian looked at his lawyer, Mr. Harlan, who sat in the second row. Get the envelope from Vanessa's bridal suite. Vanessa shouted, no, and that one word told the whole room that Noah was not lying. Mr. Harlansim stood up at once. I need 2 guards, he said. Vanessa grabbed Adrian's arm. You cannot do this to me in front of everyone. Adrian pulled his arm away. You did this in front of everyone. Her face hardened. You are choosing a maid's child over your future wife? Adrian looked down at Noah. No, he said. I am choosing the truth. 10 minutes felt like an hour. Guests whispered. Phones came out. Security stopped people from recording near the aisle. Maria kept one hand on Noah's shoulder. Her other hand shook at her side. Noah held his blue toy car now. He rolled one wheel with his thumb again and again. Adrian noticed. You like cars? He asked gently. Noah nodded. My daddy gave it to me. Maria flinched. Adrian heard it. Before he could ask, Mr. Harlan returned with a white envelope. Claire walked behind him, crying. Vanessa's eyes went wide. Claire, she said, do not say a word. Claire wiped her face. I cannot do this anymore. Mr. Harlan handed the envelope to Adrian. Inside were 3 papers. The first was a private trust document. If Adrian married Vanessa and signed it, she would gain control of a large part of his personal estate within 6 months. The second was a background report on Maria Bell. The third was an old hospital visitor record from the night of the fire. Adrian read Maria's name, then he read another line. Pregnant. 5 weeks. His eyes moved to Noah. The room seemed to shrink. Vanessa spoke fast. I found those papers because I was protecting you. Maria was going to use that child against you. Maria gasped. No. Vanessa pointed at her. Don't pretend. You came here for money. Maria stepped forward, tears in her eyes. I came here for work. Liar? Vanessa said. Noah screamed. Don't call mommy that. Adrian raised his hand. Enough. He looked at Mr. Harlan. Why was this report in Vanessa's room? Mr. Harlan's jaw tightened. Because she ordered it 3 weeks ago through a private investigator. Vanessa looked trapped now. Adrian turned to Claire. Tell me everything. Claire covered her mouth. She found out Maria was the woman from the fire, she said. She thought if you knew, you might delay the wedding. Then she found the pregnancy note and thought Noah might be yours. She wanted Maria fired after the ceremony. A loud gasp came from the back. Maria shook her head. Noah is not a weapon. Adrian looked at her. Is he my son? The question fell hard. Maria did not answer right away. Noah looked up. Mommy? Maria's lips trembled. I was going to tell you once, she said. Years ago. But your family lawyers came to the hospital. They said reporters were everywhere. They said anyone linked to the fire would be dragged into court. I was alone. I was scared. I had no money. I thought leaving was safer. Adrian's eyes filled. Maria, she cried now. I never wanted anything from you. Noah pulled her sleeve. Mommy, is Mr. Adrian my daddy? No one breathed. Maria knelt and held his face. Yes, she whispered. I am sorry, baby. Adrian covered his mouth. The billionaire who had built hotels across 6 countries could not speak. His son stood 5 feet away from him in a wrinkled shirt, holding a broken toy car. And the woman he almost married had tried to erase them both. Maria had not planned any of this. 7 years ago, she was 21, tired and working double shifts. Her mother was sick. Rent was late. She worked breakfast service, lunch cleanup, and night events at the Vale Grand Hotel. Adrian had come that night for a surprise inspection. Maria remembered him because he thanked the kitchen staff by name. Rich men did not usually do that. At 11:45 p.m., smoke came from the back hallway. Someone shouted fire. Workers ran toward the loading dock. Guests ran toward the lobby. Maria was carrying empty plates when she heard pounding from behind a storage door. Help! She pulled the handle. It was stuck. She wrapped her coat around her hands and pulled again. The metal burned her palm. She did not let go. When the door opened, Adrian fell forward coughing. He did not know her name. She did not know he would remember her coat. The next morning, reporters filled the hospital entrance. Maria stood in the hallway with a bandage on her hand, and a nurse telling her she was pregnant. She called Adrian's office once. A man answered. He sounded sharp. Mr. Vale is not taking calls. If this is about the fire, speak to legal. Maria hung up. 2 days later, she saw a news clip. A reporter said people linked to the accident might be questioned for months. Maria panicked. She was young, she was poor. She had no father for the baby. She thought rich people's problems crushed poor people first, so she left the city. For 6 years, she worked wherever she could. Laundry rooms, small cafes, cleaning jobs. She never asked Adrian for money. She never sent letters. She told herself Noah was better without cameras and lawyers. Then her mother died. Bills followed. Maria returned to the city and applied to Vale Mansion under her full name, thinking no one would connect her to one old staff record. Adrian did not, but Vanessa did. Vanessa had been searching for any woman from Adrian's past. She wanted no surprises before the wedding. When the investigator found Maria's old hospital record, Vanessa saw danger, not because Maria had asked for anything, because Maria had asked for nothing. That scared Vanessa more. A greedy person can understand greed. A selfish person can fight another selfish person. But real love, quiet sacrifice, and honest fear confuse people who only trust control. Vanessa first stole the silver button from Maria's drawer. Then she planned to fire Maria after the wedding. She wanted Noah gone before Adrian ever looked closely at the boy's eyes. The eyes were the same, gray like Adrian's. Noah had his chin too. People saw it now. They looked from father to son and back again. Adrian turned to Maria. Why did you not tell me when you came here? Maria wiped her face. Because you were engaged. Because your life looked perfect. Because I was your maid. What would people say? That I came for money? That I trapped you? I thought staying quiet was kinder. Adrian shook his head. No, it was lonely. Maria looked down. Yes, she whispered, it was. Noah listened without fully understanding. He only knew his mother was crying and Mr. Adrian looked hurt. He stepped forward and placed the blue toy car in Adrian's hand. You can hold it, Noah said. It helps when grown-ups are sad. Adrian's fingers closed around the tiny car. His shoulders shook once. Then he knelt in front of Noah. I missed 5 years, he said. I did not know, but I am here now. Noah stared at him. Are you mad? Adrian shook his head. No, I am sorry. Vanessa laughed bitterly from the aisle. How touching. Are we done with the poor family drama now? Adrian stood. The room went cold. No, he said, now we deal with you. Vanessa tried to leave. Security blocked her. She turned to the guests. This is illegal. He is humiliating me. Mr. Harlan held up the trust papers. No, this is evidence. Vanessa pointed at Maria. She set me up. Maria did not answer. For the first time that day, she did not lower her eyes. Adrian looked at Claire. Did Vanessa threaten Maria? Claire nodded. Yes. She said Maria. And the child would be removed from the property after the wedding. She said no one would believe staff. The words hit the room hard. A woman in the front row whispered, my God. Adrian's mother, Evelyn Vale, stood slowly. She was 70 years old and had not smiled once during the ceremony. She walked to Maria. Maria stepped back. Mom, Evelyn took her hands. You saved my son, she said, and we left you alone. Maria's face broke. I did not ask for anything. That does not make it right, Evelyn said. Can you imagine standing in a room full of rich people and hearing one honest sentence after years of silence? Maria could not speak. Adrian turned to the priest. There will be no wedding. Vanessa's mouth opened. Adrian, think about what you are doing. I am. You will regret this. I already regret enough. Mr. Harlan called the police, not for shouting, not for being cruel, but because the trust papers, private report, and planned fraud had crossed legal lines. Vanessa was escorted out through the side entrance. This time, no one clapped for her. 2 guests left quietly. 3 apologized to Maria. Most stayed silent because shame had finally reached them. But the story did not fix itself in one afternoon. Real life does not heal just because the villain walks away. Over the next weeks, Adrian ordered a private DNA test. Maria agreed, but only after speaking with her own lawyer. Adrian paid for that lawyer without conditions. The result came back after 6 days. Noah was his son. Adrian read the paper alone first. Then he sat on the kitchen floor and cried. Not loud, not for show. Just one hand over his eyes and the other holding Noah's blue toy car. Later, he met Maria in the garden. I want to be in his life, he said. But I will not take him from you. Maria nodded slowly. He needs time, so do you. Yes. For the first time, there was no shouting, no guests, no wedding flowers. Just 2 adults with 5 lost years between them. Adrian started small. He took Noah to the park every Saturday for 1 hour, then 2, then lunch, then school meetings. He learned Noah hated peas, loved red sneakers, and asked serious questions right before bedtime. One night, Noah asked, Were you lost, Daddy? Adrian looked at Maria, then he said, Yes. But your mom found me twice. Maria looked away, but she smiled. Vanessa's case went public, but Adrian refused interviews. He did not turn Maria into a headline. He did not use Noah for sympathy. He only released one statement. My family will heal privately. That was all. 6 months later, the wedding hall was changed into a children's reading room for staff families. Adrian named it the Silver Button Room. On the wall, he placed a framed note. Truth should never need permission to speak. And under it, in a small glass box, sat the silver button. 1 year after the broken wedding, there was another gathering at the Vale mansion. No white roses, no reporters, no fake smiles. It was Noah's 6th birthday. Staff, family, and a few close friends stood in the garden. Maria wore a simple blue dress. Adrian wore a black suit, but this time Noah had chosen his tie. It had tiny cars on it. Noah ran across the grass with his repaired blue toy car. Adrian had found a craftsman to fix the broken wheel, but he did not repaint the scratches. Leave them, Noah said. That is how I know it is mine. Maria heard that and looked at Adrian. Some things do not need to be made perfect to be loved. Evelyn brought out the cake. Noah blew out 6 candles. Then he ran to the Silver Button Room and pulled Adrian by the hand. Tell the story again, he said. Adrian knelt beside the glass box. This button helped me find the truth, and I yelled. Maria laughed softly. You yelled too much. No, Adrian said. He yelled just enough. Everyone laughed, but Maria's eyes filled again. She remembered the wedding hall, the shame, the fear. The moment her child stood in front of people more powerful than him and told the truth. A small voice can shake a big room when the truth is inside it. So tell me, What would you have done if you were Adrian? Would you have believed the bride, or would you have listened to the child? And what part of this story hit you the hardest? The stolen button? The maid's silence? The toddler's courage? Or the father finding out the truth in front of everyone? If this story touched your heart, like this video, comment your answer, and subscribe for more emotional stories about truth, family, and the people who were ignored until the moment they change everything.